The Auditor General decides to review this file and will be calling in witnesses. It could be hundreds of Alberta healthcare workers. Danielle Smith says that she wants to be transparent, so she hires a retired judge from Manitoba to review this issue, but gives him a very limited scope of what he can and cannot look at. And now our CMP is investigating it. So the government, against which employees potentially would be filing evidence because they're witnesses and could say, look, this went wrong, that went wrong, hired a lawyer and sent a memo to thousands of Alberta healthcare employees that says, if you get called in by the Auditor General to testify, you first have to go to this lawyer. But this lawyer is hired by the government of Alberta. So basically, it says, if you're going to testify against us, first go and see our lawyer. Who will advise you of your rights. You don't have to be a legal expert to know that there is just something patently wrong with that. Why would you be going to the lawyer that's hired by the person against whom you're going to testify? But now this lawyer, since he will be advising these workers on their rights, one of their rights is that they don't have to cooperate with RCMP like none of us do. You don't have to testify to police. It's your right to remain silent. So they probably will be advised of that. So that will also make the RCMP investigation that much more difficult. Danielle Smith and the Minister of Justice say that they cleared that with the Auditor General. The Auditor General says he knows nothing about it. There's just no way the Auditor General would clear a process where witnesses that he's calling in would first consult with the lawyer of the person whom he's investigating. So we have a situation where, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, the lawyer is in conflict because at the same time as he is retained by government, he is advising employees who potentially will be testifying against the government. And the Minister of Justice actually not only ought to have known and knew about all this, he actually in the media is defending this process. So we have a situation where there definitely is a perception of conflict, but it also may be criminal obstruction of justice because this will interfere now with the Auditor General's and RCMP's ability to properly investigate this file.